welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, welcome to Views by Beck. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Also hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be informed. I upload new videos every Monday, so please hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Now, as we all know, the world has been dealing with a pandemic since the beginning of this year. This year has brought the worst anxiety out of most people. Those that were previously dealing with anxiety, it got heightened with everything going on this year. And those that did not have anxiety, they started to have anxiety as a result of everything that's going on, including the pandemic. Lots of people have been affected by this pandemic, health-wise and job-wise. It forced a lot of people to get used to what we call a new normal, with children schooling from home, constantly wearing a mask, weddings, events being canceled, uncertainty of what tomorrow holds, and that's the biggest one, and that's what I would like to dive into. So, with that being said, in this video, I will be addressing some positives versus negatives of this pandemic, as well as some tips to thrive and maintain our sanity through it all. I said positives, even though it is a pandemic and it has taken a lot of lives and people have lost loved ones in the process. There are still some ways that we can turn this time into a positive. Okay, so that's what I will be talking about. Some of the obvious negatives have been mentioned already, especially those that were affected by the coronavirus personally, those that lost the loved ones, or those that tested positive and were hospitalized as a result. My condolences to anyone that lost a loved one to this pandemic. It is extremely difficult to lose a loved one, especially during this time. So my condolences to those that did lose a loved one. Uncertainty of what the future holds is a huge concern for many. So let's dive into it. Now, although this pandemic comes with a lot of negatives, there are some positives. There is a way for us to turn this into a positive time, so to speak. Prior to this pandemic, many people were busy 24/7. You had people that were working 2 jobs, working overtime, going to school, juggling a lot of things with limited time for family and loved ones, with limited time to pursue their passion, with limited time for themselves. This slow season can be utilized to spend time with loved ones and create memories. As slow as it may seem during this time, it is such a great opportunity for us to actually spend time with our loved ones. Try to create memories with our loved ones. So it being slow is not really a curse for most people, because you can turn it into a positive and utilize it for things that matters to you. Number 2, get some rest. It's very simple. That's it. Very simple. Stay still. If that's what you're feeling, stay still. There's no need to over plan. Just let peace be still. I realize that a lot of people are anxious and dealing with anxiety during this time because of worry, because of concern, because they're overthinking what tomorrow holds. Sometimes we don't need to overthink. Sometimes it's important and it's beneficial to just lay it on the side. Don't stress about it. Don't think about those things. It's important to just be in the moment and not over plan, because once we start to over plan, then we start to get anxiety. Then we start to get worried about things. So sometimes it's best for our mental health for us to just not think about anything and just relax and get some rest. So that is number 2, get some rest. Now, number 3. For those that are looking for tasks to complete or had a passion that they couldn't pursue due to time constraint, this is your time. Perfect time to start researching and pursuing your passion. I'll explain. There are so many people this year that has basically turned their passion into businesses. And honestly, it makes me so happy to see that. It makes me so, so happy that they were able to utilize this time to turn their passion into businesses. I love to see it. You can do the same thing too. It's not that they're extra special for doing it, but they just utilized a time and an opportunity to create something great, to pursue something that they probably already had planned before, but didn't have the time to do so. They utilized the time, planned it, and executed, and started a very profitable business. So it is possible, and you can do the same thing too. Number 4. Do not feel pressure to start a new venture. I know that number 3, I discussed starting a new venture. That is for those that are interested in doing that. I saw a lot of posts when this pandemic started with, I guess I would call it shaming, with people shaming other people for not starting something new. You know, you're wasting time if you're sitting around not doing anything. This is that. And it became as though it was just too much pressure for a lot of people. Because if you're dealing with anxiety, and if you have ever dealt with anxiety, just imagine someone adding another pressure on you to do something, to start a venture, when you're already dealing with anxiety. So for some people, this does not apply. For some people, number 2 is what applies to you, which is what? Get some rest. However, for those that are interested, number 4 is for you. Just do what works best for you. If your body is crying for rest, then please get some rest and focus on yourself. But if you feel highly energetic, you are not dealing with anxiety, and you just need to do something, you have that nudge. I always talk about this nudge to do something more. If you have that nudge from within, then I would definitely recommend that you go for it. Follow your passion and start something new. Step out of your comfort zone. Your passion and how you will pursue that passion may be in ways that are outside of your comfort zone, and that's okay. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and pursue that passion. So many businesses were actually born during this pandemic. If you are naturally funny, make skits. I would love to watch them. Tag me, let me know, send them to me. I would love to support. If you have always thought about starting a YouTube channel, please do it. I would love to subscribe to your channel, and I would love to watch what it is that you're creating. So whatever it is that you are passionate about and you've always wanted to do, this is the time to do it. If you love to knit, get to knitting. What are you waiting for? Start knitting and open an account with Etsy. Etsy is a platform where people can sell their products. So if you do love to knit, start knitting, open an account, and you will be just fine. A lot of people are interested in purchasing things that are knitted. Whatever your passion is, knitting, singing, dancing, comedy, whatever it may be, do it. If you like to make cups, make mugs, whatever it is that you're gifted at, I would recommend that you do it. Hone in on it, start doing it. Funny enough, you're probably thinking this is a pandemic, there's no money for people to use in spending. As people have been home, me personally, let me confess, I cannot stop shopping. Financially literate, okay? I'm not a wasteful person. However, there are some things that I do come across for my kids, for myself, and I purchase them. So I feel like a lot of people are constantly shopping, constantly shopping online. So there is money to go around. Don't stress yourself about that. Just walk in your passion. Start doing what it is that you love. If it's to sell something, do that, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a lot of customers. So this is just a little push, a little nudge for you to go ahead and start what it is that you love. So there you go. Now, number 5. For those that had physical stores that were affected, I know that when we lived in Dallas, Texas, most of our neighbors, they were business owners. Most of the people that were in the town that we were from, that we lived in, they were business owners as we were as well. And I know that before we left Dallas to relocate, a lot of our customers actually had to close down their shops due to low sales. And I know that they were highly affected prior to the pandemic, right before the pandemic, and also during the pandemic, I'm sure. So this is what I have to say for those that had a physical store that had to shut down. As hard as it may be, it's not the end of the world. Your products are still there. So I would recommend that you utilize the other platforms to sell your products. Even though people may not be able to physically come into your store and purchase things, you can still sell your products online. Try to learn the online world. As times are changing, you have to evolve with it, especially if you're in business. So try to utilize and learn those platforms so that you can list your products online and still sell them online. There is always a way. We just have to evolve. So get online, have an online store, and continue to promote and sell your products. Most importantly, stay safe. Follow the guidelines. Wear a mask when you're stepping out, 6 feet. Wash your hands, sanitize, yoga, meditate, read your Bible, read some books, pray, stay grateful, be thankful, create beautiful memories with your loved ones. Try to spend some alone time. This particular point is very important. Although I'm saying you need to spend time with loved ones and create memories, it's highly important for you to also spend time alone. For you to work on self-development, work on yourself. So try to create some time to do that. Try to create some time to work on your self-development so that you can be your best self. This is a perfect time to do that. Watch my weekly videos for some motivation and some insights. Drink your water, very important. Eat healthy. Avoid toxic people and toxic situations. This is not the time to get engaged in any type of toxic situation. So I would highly recommend that we try to pay attention to anything that is toxic. People, places, things, anything that is toxic that you notice that kind of shifts your energy whenever you're around it. If you notice that, try to stay away from those things so that your mental health is not affected. You don't need any negativity right now, so stay away from that. This is not the time to call your ex that dumped you for an apology, or for him or her to explain why they dumped you. This is not the time. This is not the time to call that person that you had a really toxic relationship with. I don't care how lonely you are. This is not the time. Find other things to do. You don't need that toxicity in your life. So I would highly recommend you do not go down that line. This is not the time to start looking for the person that ghosted you. This is just not the time. I think that each and every one of us, we know what's good for us and what's not good for us. And as much as we know that, sometimes in certain emotional situations, we tend to go towards what's not good for us, even though we know it's not good for us. So please, if you can, do not try to reconnect with a toxic person or a toxic situation. Just let it go and focus on yourself and allow only positivity to come in. Do not start shifting your energy by letting negativity come in, okay? You will be all right. Most importantly, don't forget to breathe. We will be okay, okay? Every one of us will be okay. Now, I'm sending you all love and light. Those that are dealing with anxiety, those that have been affected, I'm sending you all a huge, huge hug, love and light. Feel free to reach out to me if you need an extra boost. You can contact me on any of my social media pages. If you are yet to subscribe, please do so and hit that notification bell. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.